Hi, I'm Charlotte. I'm a fundraiser here at Eternal Wall and I'm taking part in the Big Dip today. So I'm going to dive in. First question, what do I do for Eternal Wall? So I came in 5 months ago in December to head up our crowdfunding campaign that's going to be taking place in the autumn this year. What I've actually been doing since then is a lot of fundraising with trust organisations, putting in grant applications, and then sort of developing strategy for our crowdfunding that you will be hearing more about as this year goes on and hopefully getting involved with. Next question, let's go deep. It's a long one. Tell us some behind the scenes info on what it's like working with Richard Gamble. Where to begin? He's a really nice guy and he told me soon after I started that he's likely to make me cry a few times, so not to be put off by that. I don't think he's made me cry yet, but I do have that in the back of my mind. But I think he's very sensitive and he'll always sort of check in on people, staff, me, if I'm all right, and he picks up on kind of vibes and if we need time out or prayer or any extra support. And he keeps saying to me, don't take this all on yourself. You can't be getting stressed on your own. If there's a lot going on and there's stress to be had, we're going to share that stress. So I really appreciate that. And he's also said it's okay to make mistakes, which I really valued, because I think you can come in and feel like you've got to get everything right, but actually we're busy and we're doing so many different things all the time. So sort of have to be told it's okay if you make some mistakes, and you won't be judged or thrown off the team. That's helpful. But yeah, really great guy to work with, and really I love working with a visionary, so that's exciting. What's the best part of working with the team? They are great people. I think connecting straight away as Christians and being able to pray with the team, it's immediately you build relationship and you level on that front. And I think the more time I'm here, the more I get to know people. I just feel really at home here, really comfortable. It's not without its stresses and strains, but I think as a team we've kind of committed to supporting each other through that. So it's for me, it's learning to open up when I need that input and support, and likewise offering that to my colleagues. So it's great. I'm waiting for someone to ask me questions, but of course I have to ask my own questions. So yeah, I'm pausing. Next question. How did I get my job? Well, Dave Silver, who's our operations officer here, is someone I've known for years. I'm at church with him and I've worked with him at Nexus Music School, where I was a trustee for many years as well. So I've known him probably 20 years. And he rang me last November and I was in a field on a bike ride, so I couldn't really talk, but he said, I've got this exciting opportunity. So we picked up the call that night, and I think that was a Friday, and then on Monday I came into the office and met with him and Rich and started working a week later. I think, just captured the vision and it was the right timing. I was just doing some contract work that I could leave straight away. So that's why I came. Easiest job interview ever. Actually, the best thing in the interview was Dave answered most of the questions for me. So I think probably I got the job because Dave interviewed on my behalf. Thank you, Dave. Has your thinking on answered prayer changed? Yeah, definitely. I think I'm guilty of being one of those Christians that has prayed all these years and not really kept an account of that. And maybe not always followed prayers through. You're sort of sending up all these prayers, but I haven't been very good at recording. So I think like working in this environment makes you constantly consider, can I recall answered prayers? Am I sort of diligently continuing to pray for things until that thing is complete? And the completion is always a different way from how you imagine it might be when you start praying, but it has God's fingerprints all over it. So yeah, definitely. And I think as well, just seeing the value of people sharing testimonies of answered prayer and the impact that can have on others, and like hearing testimonies from colleagues where there's been an answered prayer that's particularly spoken to them and has transformed their thinking. And my expectation is that will be the case for every visitor that comes to Eternal Wall. So I'm learning the value of sharing answered prayer and recalling. Next question. What made me want to be part of Eternal Wall? yeah, I think after I had that first meeting with Rich and Dave, I think Rich, I was keen in that meeting. I sort of straight away thought, yeah, here's something that I could see myself committing to and getting behind. But I think Rich said, go away, chat with your husband, pray about it, ask God for like a really specific confirmation that this is the right place. So I did that, and I think within a few days I had 2 really clear words that I wrote down. And I can only remember one of them now, but it's in my diary. I've got it all written. But I think they were helpful words from God to sort of be kind of confirmation that this is the place to come and where to be committed to. And I think they've been good to go back to when things are hard and difficult and you want to run away, to go, no, God said stay, this is the right place for you. So yeah, I think that hopefully answers that question enough. Oh, I've got 2. Oh no, I've got 3. There's quite a lot of questions in here. Do I have to do them all? Why do you think it's important to make hope visible? Well, if we don't make hope visible, who will? I have to just believe again and again, like Rich was given that vision from God 15 years ago. And God knew what he was doing. And even in a meeting I had this morning with an external person, he was like, the timing of this is incredible, isn't it? As people have come through COVID and been praying for their family member that's very poorly and coming out of that, like the importance of making hope visible. And it just sort of made me think God knew what he was doing. He could see these years down the line, 15 years ago. And we're still very much holding it out there and going, God, is this the right next step? Is this the right way? But as far as we can see, this thing will be built next year. And the timing of that in the nation and in the world, making hope visible, giving people the chance to think about hope and God and answered prayer and that impacting in their own lives, I think is vital. What's the most amazing thing that's happened to me at Eternal Wall? Well, I've been here 5 months. I think just finding a place where I can be me and, feel like all those things kind of God's placed in me and given me skills for have got an outlet. Like, it's really extreme. We do loads. But I love how he's sort of knitted all those different people together and just it's quite freeing being somewhere where you can be yourself, you can sort of feel like you're fulfilling things that he's placed in you, but you're also surrounded by other brilliant people who fulfill all the things that he's placed in them. So it's not like all on one person, it's kind of reflective. It's not one thing, the most amazing thing. I think just that call that Dave rang me and said, I've got this great project, ... and I'm here now. That's quite amazing. It's not where I was expecting to be 6 months ago, but very happy to be here. How did I first hear about Eternal Wall and what made me want to be involved? I'm ashamed to say I did know Dave worked for Eternal Wall, but I didn't pay a lot of attention until he offered me a job. But now, obviously, my mission is to make sure everyone pays attention, even if they're not having a job here. What's been my funniest moment? Have we had much laughter in the office recently? Yeah, I think we've got some hilarious team members. We were just having a chat about people's middle names just before this, and I thought it'd be quite fun to call people by their middle names. Robel, is that the right one? Greg. Funniest moment. I haven't been in hysterics yet, but I'm definitely ready to be. So send me your laughter. Well, David says, thanks for watching. Please join again next week. I say, thanks for watching. Please join again next week.